Hey, hello, howdy. This is your Yahoo Weeps. I am going to be talking about, I'll just go in. Daniel. That's what I want to be talking about. Daniel chapter 12, verse 2 says, according to, a lot of people seem to like the KJV, so I'll read it from the KJV. King James, King of England, this was his book. This is what he says that it says. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Okay. So that's what Daniel 12:2 is in the KJV. Now the NIV has, multitudes who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Everlasting contempt. Contempt. Despicable person. Everlasting contempt. I despise you forever. I despise you forever. Okay, sorry. Going on. If we look, I'm going to do a little bit of context with this. I'm a little bit scattered, don't mind me. At that time, Mikael, and I can't remember what Mikael means, but I'm not going to go into that right now. That's not the point of the video. The great prince who watches over your people will arise. Oh, I'm reading out of the Net Bible, okay? There will be a time of distress unlike any other from the nation's beginning. It's got a note on that. I'm looking real quick. From the beginning of a nation up to that time. But at that time, your own people, all those whose names are found written in the book, will escape. Many of those who sleep, like I just read, in that Bible it says, many of those who sleep in the dusty ground will awake, some to everlasting life, and others to shame and everlasting abhorrence. Everlasting abhorrence. You disgust me forever. But the wise will shine like the brightness of the heavenly expanse, and those bringing many to righteousness will be like the stars forever and ever. That righteousness is, I think of it as like uprightness, but it's Sadiq, and it means walking according to the path of Yahweh. Oh, and then it says, but you, Daniel, close up these words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many will go about, or many will run back and forth, and knowledge will increase. Many will run back and forth, and knowledge will increase. Interesting. Okay. Now, when I look at Daniel chapter 12, verse 2, and I look at that word everlasting, the word everlasting there is olam, and from what I have discovered means stretching beyond the horizon. So if you think of time stretching beyond the horizon, you look at the horizon. Well, what does that mean, time stretching beyond the horizon? Well, the horizon is the limit of what you know. You can't see what you can see. You can't see past the horizon. Anything past the horizon is speculation, faith, imagination, anything you want to look at that. The horizon is the limit of your knowledge, what you can see. So stretching beyond the horizon is beyond what you know, beyond what you can see. So time stretching beyond the horizon is time going beyond what you know, beyond what you can see. Could be far, far in the distant future. Could be just beyond what you're aware of. Yonah was in the belly of, belly, whatever, of the sea creature, fish, whale, whatever you want to say. I'm not going to get into details of which one it exactly was, but he was in the belly for olam, for time stretching beyond the horizon, literally 3 days and 3 nights. So we know that olam does not, by definition, mean forever, because forever is like there is no end, and there's no possible end to forever. It's impossible to have an end in forever because it keeps going and going and going and never ends. Olam doesn't mean that. Olam means going beyond what you know. Span of time that you don't know the end. There's no end in sight of what you're aware of. So it's limited knowledge. So I think with olam, it would make sense for us, for this verse, to see when it says, well, this is my understanding of what this verse actually says. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth will wake up. So many of those who are sleeping, basically meaning dead, because death is a kind of a sleep, who sleep in the dust of the earth, in the ground, who are dead in the ground, will wake up. So they'll come back to life. They'll wake up. Some to life stretching beyond the horizon, and some to reproach, aversion stretching beyond the horizon. Now I looked at reproach. Let's see what reproach means. Reproach, to find fault with or to blame, to be a cause of blame or discredit. So to find fault with or to blame. So some are going to wake up to, when they wake up, they're going to be found fault with. They're going to be faulty. And they're going to be, you could say they're blamed. So they're not in a perfect state yet. And when I say yet, because there are many verses that indicate that Yahweh is going to redeem everyone, every single person. He's going to redeem them. So if they're, if he's finding fault with them at that time, they haven't been redeemed yet. And when it says aversion stretching beyond the horizon, he's like, oh no, aversion, get away from me. There's something wrong with you. Well, that's how he has been with us, but with every single person, everyone. He's been that way because his standard is good and only good. Anything less than good doesn't meet his standard, and he's like, no, get away from me. It's not good. Now, since all of us have not been completely good in our lives, he's like, no, get away from me. But Yeshua, the one man, I believe, who in all of history was completely, totally good, he was like, yes, I'm pleased with you. You fit the bill. Then Yeshua says, I'm going to take on the punishment for everybody else onto myself, because I know that, your anger towards not goodness, it's a matter of justice. So that justice, Yeshua becomes the second Adam, where the first Adam was the one who, how do I want to say it? The first Adam didn't follow directions, because Yahweh purposed for him not to follow directions, so that all of humanity would be in a state of not following directions, and Yahweh did that so that he could redeem us. Because if we were always following directions, how could he redeem us? How could we know what bad and evil was if we never experienced it? If we only experienced good, if we only knew of goodness, how could we even appreciate goodness if we never knew of what wasn't good? So I believe that was Yahweh's purpose in the first Adam not following directions and needing redemption. So we all need redemption. So Yahweh has Yeshua come, the second Adam, to redeem us all. Sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic a little bit, but so that's the purpose. So since he's going to redeem everyone, then we know that this stretching beyond the horizon, even though it's that it's time that's further than we can know, further than we are aware of, we can see how it fits into Yahweh's plan, that when it's life stretching beyond the horizon, well, that life has to do based upon Yahweh and the life that he is. And Yahweh, there is no beginning to him, no end. And there's scripture that backs this up. But anyway, since he's no beginning and no end, we know that if we are with him and with the life that he is and the life that he gives, that we are not going to have a beginning. Well, we all have a beginning, but we're not going to have an end. If we join with him, that we will, that life stretching beyond the horizon is going to be life that just keeps on going and going and going. And that is based upon the character of Yue and who he is, and that he is love and kindness and goodness. So if you base that stretching beyond the horizon, for life stretching beyond the horizon, upon his character, that's what it becomes. That's what you find out it is. That it just keeps going, no end. Now, when it says some to reproach, they're finding fault with. He's finding fault with them. It's basically saying, you're not in a perfected state yet. You still have to be perfected. You still have to be completely redeemed. And I have aversion to you until that's done. Just like with everyone else, he has aversion to us until we are completely redeemed and cleaned up and perfected. So that aversion stretching beyond the horizon is going to be kind of similar to Jonah's 3 days and 3 nights, where Jonah said, there is no end in sight. I'm going to be in the belly of this sea creature for, it'll never end. I can't see any end in sight. And then 3 days after he enters in, he gets spit out. So that's kind of thing with this. Now, they're going to be cleaned up because, everyone that needs cleaning up is going to go into the lake of fire, which is basically the collection, the place of purification. Fire and sulfur. Sulfur is a cleansing agent, a purifier, and fire is a purifier. Metals get purified by fire, and we're compared to precious metals. Humanity's compared to precious metals. So the people that Yue is using now to illustrate what evil is, they're going to be cleaned up. It's not going to last. The most horrible person on the planet. They're illustrating what evil is. That's what they're doing, and they're going to get cleaned up. That's the end that they're going to have. So I think the correct understanding of Daniel 12, chapter 12, verse 2, is that some are going to wake up to life stretching beyond the horizon. They're already cleansed and purified. They're going to get their reward of life and goodness. And some are going to have reproach. They're going to be found fault with. They're going to say, no, you're not cleaned up enough yet. Aversion, and I have aversion to you until this is done. Because Yue naturally has aversion to those that are not cleaned up enough. So, that is my understanding of this verse. Hope this is helpful. If anyone has any interesting insight or anything to add to this, I'd be happy to hear it. Yeah. Yep. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a very good day, life, evening, morning, nighttime, daytime, afternoon, noontime, whenever you watch this. Thank you, shalom. And if you watch another video, I will talk to you later. Or if you have videos that I watch, you can talk to me later. Shalom, have a good, all of that. Thanks. Farewell, au revoir. Bon voyage, arrivederci, auf Wiedersehen. Bonjour. Sayonara. Farewell.